I was in the northern and the northeastern regions, but also met farmers and millers from the other parts of the north. What they have is large volumes of harvests, no outlets for sale. So their traditional sales outlets have just gone quiet. Institutional purchases have just vanished. And so they have rice, paddy rice, they have milled rice, bagged rice in their warehouses in huge volumes.
And nobody's buying.
And they can't sell. And for which reason, a number of the milling companies have had to lay off some of their staff. You drive around and these women who do the sifting, they just sit by the rice and chat because nothing is going on. And it's widespread in the 5 northern regions.
What reason did they give for their buyers not buying? Why are the buyers not buying the rice?
Okay, so for those who are in the northeastern into the upper east, upper west regions, they attribute this situation to non-performance by institutional buyers, one, and then secondly, smuggled rice into the country. So as whether it's just a matter of imported rice. They said not necessarily imported rice, but smuggled rice, because if you import and it passes through the right channels, your pricing
will reflect the tariff.
Will reflect everything. But a lot of them are smuggled through unorthodox routes into the country, and it's very regular and in large volumes. And because of that, geographically, the soil at the border, that's the soil for farming at the border, is the same in Cote d'Ivoire, is the same in Burkina, is the same in Ghana. So the type of rice that they produce there tend to be the same. And the pricing is so interesting. A 25 kilo bag of rice of the same type in Burkina is 400 cedis. In Ghana is 600 cedis. Okay, and so as for the poor person,
so if the 400 is available for Ghanaian, he'll take it.
He'll take it.
So if the Burkina rice had gone through the official channel and paid that 54% tariff,
straight up,
then the price will be much closer to the 600.
Yes.
So the point is not imported rice. The point is smuggled rice.
It's smuggled rice.
And what size of rice are we talking about? Is if you say they have rice that's not being bought, is it like one store or large
store? I'm talking about big storage warehouses,
large quantities of rice.
Yeah, I mean, look, the one of the mills that I visited was in Nasia, in the northeast, on your way to Wale. Temana rice mills. Huge buildings, huge operations, with state-of-the-art milling facilities, but they have milled, bagged, but nothing is happening. And the same goes for a lot of the mills there.
So you are saying there's paddy rice, which is rice yet to be milled, and there's also milled rice, which is bagged, which is not being sold.
Yes.
So both ways.
Yes.
All right. And is it that they have arrangements with like off-taker institutions to come and buy in bulk? Because these people don't sell in open market, right? These people, they sell to a buyer who would then come and sell to us.
Well, some of them have integrated into on the chain. So they also have shops in the market. They even have shops in Kumasi, in Accra, and places like that. So, but it's just a matter of demand going down for their produce.
As a result of the predominant smuggling of rice.
Smuggling is one of them, and the lack of institutional purchase by government is another reason.
What do you mean by that? Lack of institutional purchase by government. What's that?
Buffer stock.
Buffer stock is not buying the rice.
The military, the police, the prisons, and such huge institutions. I mean, if they have to buy rice, they have to buy local. I mean, why would police service go and buy foreign rice?
But do police service buy rice?
Oh, they do.
For what?
To feed the recruits and all these things.
Okay.
The military as well, fires, all of them buy.
Prisons.
But I don't know the volumes, but what I'm saying is that
Even our secondary schools, I'm sure.
yeah, that's buffer stock. We have to buy. And people have this thinking that when it's local rice, it's not nice. I don't know where it's the devil that's confusing people. How can you say local rice is not nice?
I'm even surprised.
Yeah.
I'm even surprised that people will still say that. So we're trying to do a number of things. Yesterday we spoke about smuggling and its effects on rice and sugar. Ghana loses 300 million cedis, we're told, every month from smuggled rice and sugar through foregone taxes. Now, we've traveled to the 5 regions in the northern part of Ghana. Samens was in the northern and northeast region, and rice farmers were complaining to him that they have rice that they have either milled and can't sell or can't even mill at all, paddy rice. They are not getting buyers, and the storage is going bad. Let's take you to the Ashanti region before we come back in studio. Rice farmers in Mampong made a similar call a week and a half before Samens went to the north. Here's a report from Bright Yeboah.
For many rice farmers in the Mampong area, the excitement of a good harvest quickly gives way to frustration. Once the rice is ready, the strenuous process of threshing begins, a task that can take several weeks or even months to complete. Farmers describe the activity as not only time-consuming but also physically demanding, especially during bumper harvest, when manpower and equipment are in short supply. With limited access to modern threshing machines, most farmers still depend on manual methods, a situation that slows production and causes significant post-harvest losses.
A lot of people get their rice lost in bushfires because of the difficulties in getting their rice fresh after the harvesting. I did about 11 acres. 11 acres. Unfortunately, because of some health issues, I had to come back to Kumasi. And they called me that there was bushfire. So my friend organized people. So I had 4 hits. Fortunately, one of the hits got felt. So I lost about almost 7 to 10 bags.
In Asante Mampong, local welder and fabricator Eric Nstrom is determined to change the narrative. He has designed and built a rice threshing machine to assist farmers in nearby communities battling post-harvest challenges. Eric says, however, that he needs more financial and technical support to scale up production and make the machines available to farmers across the municipality.
If you go to our mothers and our fathers, the way of farming, how they go about their rice, in fact, you realize that they spend a lot of time and energy there. Starting from the harvesting. After the harvest, then they will now get the sticks, that to beat their rice. After beating it, and then they will now get their head of fine and then try to win it before they will get their rice. Maybe about 2 or 3 bags, 10 bags, 20 bags. But they will spend a lot of time there.
Another farmer, James Nsia Ojawuri, believes encouraging young people to venture into agriculture can help reduce youth involvement in illegal mining, particularly in areas along the river bodies. He is calling for more education and the provision of farming inputs and incentives to make agriculture more appealing and sustainable for the youth.
It is because what you don't know does not exist. People who are into Galamsey that don't know that they can make. There are alternative ways of what? Making money without jeopardizing the environment. And therefore, they do what they know. But if there is a conscious effort to sensitize people, we have the whole water lake, the water river, the big rivers running from the northernmost part of the country down south. These areas can be prepared and the youth can be sensitized, taken there, and made go into these things. And maybe after the first 2 harvests, people will leave them because a lot of people die even there. Galamsey. There is a guy who came and did some work for him. He lost 2 of his grandchildren to Galamsey.
Well, that was the Ashanti region version of the story. But by the way, what are the main rice enclaves in the north? I think the story you wrote mentioned some of the places, if you can recall that for me. And also, how many people are employed in the value chain? That would also be useful to put the discussion in context. And number 3, can we change something as Ghanaians? All right, I've noticed you are calling on institutional buyers to buy. All right, but I feel like, let me read this message for you, maybe to help the discussion. Good morning, Bernard. I was in the north early this year, and bought a 5 kg bag of Nasia rice. My family loved it so much that we decided to buy more bags and primarily eat only that rice. The problem was getting access to it. I called all the numbers on the bag, and I kept being referred or transferred to call another person. Finally, I got someone in Accra who was an agent for the product, and it took a week before I got the order, as the stock was not readily available. The truth is that the price was 440 cedis for a 25 kg bag, and I mean a proper 25 kg bag. The local rice producers should make more effort to make their products easily accessible. Their rice is healthier and much more affordable, and the taste is fantastic. I wanted you to mention some of the places that the rice farmers, what are the rice farming enclaves in the north?
Well, all 5 regions are into rice production. All 5 regions. So you have the Upper East, where you have the Fumbisi area, Navrongo, Viaga, Sandema.
Okay.
So that's the Upper East enclave. Then you come to Northeast. You have the Yagaba Kubori area, all the way to Nasia, Nakonduri. They have a place called Sapaba. So Northeast is covered. Then you come to the northern region, where you have the Yendi, Nanton area, the Myong area, Savlugu, Bimbila, Wulensi, Gushegu. They all do rice. And these are large rice farms. Then you can go to the Savannah area, where you have Salaga, you have Bole, you have Damango.
That's a lot of places.
And then the Upper West, Wa and the surrounding areas, Jirapa.
So the whole...
You have Sisala, the Sisala.
We haven't even come down to Ijura, we haven't come down to Volta yet. This is just north.
Yes.
Amazing.
So it's actually the mainstay of a lot of the rural economies.
Let's talk to Charles Naba. He's a spokesperson for rice producers, rice millers, and maize farmers. Charles, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
So we are back here again. We know we did this a few years ago, and it looks like the thing is to come back to hunt us. So Sames is telling me he was in the north over the weekend, and he met a lot of rice farmers who have the produce but cannot sell. Is this correct?
Yeah.
And why is that the case? What's happening?
I think Sames is right, and I think every producer always hope for bumper harvest. So by now, farmers have been jubilating and being happy that at least the yields are good. Unfortunately, this has also come with its own problem. So as he mentioned about the areas, when you travel along from BC towards Yagba, all the roads, just like we did some years back, this around is more. All the roads are filled with rice, and no woman is even coming there to buy. Rely largely on the women, sometimes the few rice millers in the north, like Tamana, Avenas, and the rest. This year, unlike the previous campaign, where the women will come and we go and lobby them to come and buy 2 and get 1 free, this time around, they are not even there. We made efforts to read them, most of them, and almost all those we spoke to. They read all the harvest that they had last year. They felt packed. They've not been able to sell. The mail, there's no market. So what is the sense in going to pile up again when your stock in your warehouses are still filled and then you can't find market? So that's the situation.
And how long have we had these harvests unbought? When did the harvest season start? I want to understand. Are we talking about weeks old rice or months old rice?
No. So the previous year rice are still there, unsold. But we started this year harvest last week of September to date. And now the challenge is not even about only the market now, because farmers cannot even harvest. You know, we do butter trade when it comes to rice harvesting. Combined harvesters will come and harvest your acre, and then you pay them with a 180 kg bag of rice. Because at this point, we don't always have the money. So if they take that, you get the harvest, and then the women will now come to buy. But this year, most of the combined harvesters operators are not interested in the rice, because most of them are also farmers, and according to them, they take the rice to also sell and then buy fuel to fuel the combine. But when they take the rice, there's no market for the rice. So it's actually a very big issue.
So let me get this straight. You have rice that has been harvested and bought. Then you have rice yet to be harvested because you can't get access to combine harvesters.
Yes.
Now, this harvested rice, has it been milled yet, or it's just paddy?
So it's two. Some of the rice millers, the large rice millers that we induce enclaves, depends to always buy from us, like they done in Techiman, one of the largest rice mill in the country. We have Tamana, just like I said. We have Avinas. All these millers have a lot of meal rice that they can buy. I mean, that they can sell. Then apart from that, the farmers themselves, some of us, our warehouses are still full with last year paddy rice that we couldn't sell. Sometimes the women come, the women from Kumasi, who come to buy, then they'll take it, go and mail, and then pay the money. So all the warehouses in Kumasi, where they come to take them, are also full. Okay, because they said if they mail, those who come to buy don't come to buy. So that is the situation.
Don't you, the farmers and farmer groups, have storage to keep your rice in the case of a glut?
Bernard, we have, but that is limited. And as I said, it's not just about keeping it. It's about even getting money to harvest this year produce. It's about being able to pay for the bank loans that we take to produce. It's about the farmer being able to cater for basic expenses, because his source of income and other livelihood depends on the rice. So even if you have place to store what you harvested last year and even store what you harvest this year, where do you get money to cater for those expenses? So the issue goes beyond just storage, but to other livelihoods activities.
Are the buyers failing to come because your rice is more expensive than the imported ones?
Yeah, Bernard, the truth of the matter is that our rice, per the current economic market factor, will be expensive than the imported one. One, most of the imported ones, we have evidence, are smuggled through the unapproved borders. From Himile, if you go to Paga areas, if you go to around Chipone, you come to even Alibo. Every day, speculators carry bags of rice into this country. Those rice come in without paying any tax. Most of the rice, we saw the bags, are expired, old rice that are coming from Vietnam and Thailand. And when they enter the country, they rebag them in other sacks. Yesterday, on our platform, people posted pictures of rice that are being offloaded, labeled Master Rice Master, in a calculated truck in Tamale. So because those rice are not quality rice, they don't pay any taxes. They are coming from countries where the farmers are highly subsidized. It is very difficult if you want to base on your crop budget to fix a price that will be comparative to those rice coming in. And we don't have a problem. It's not like we fear competition. We are saying that governments should facilitate to create a leveling playing grounds for us to compete with them, by ensuring that the rice that are coming in are not expired, by ensuring that they pay the right duty. But as it stands now, if you allow all that, it means you are changing your own farmers for foreigners.
Okay.
And that's our problem.
I think when this matter first came up, there was an announcement by the Minister of Agric, I think, that the National Food Buffer Stock Company should buy the excess foodstuffs. I think at the time there was tomatoes and other things involved, and I think there was also rice. So Has the Food Farmer Stock Company approached any of your members to buy rice from you guys?
Yeah, Bernard, you are right. And then some of our members were even approached in determining the prices. We engaged the National Food Stock. We even spoke to the minister. So we're all hoping. We, the leadership, on daily basis, we don't have rest. They ask us when are we coming to buy, because government promised that they are coming to mop up all this rice. We approached National Food Buffer. So I was only surprised last week to hear that National Food Buffer said they were buying. I did my own checks. I called most of our producing areas, and no single farmer has been able to confirm that National Food Buffer Stock is buying from them. According to National Food Buffer, the other angle they gave was that the money they gave is just too small, and that they have engaged some few produce buying company to go around and buy. But as we speak, as rice farmer, myself, and my colleagues who are doing this campaign, none is able to confirm that National Food Buffer Stock is buying from them. So we don't really know where they are mopping the rice from, even though they said that the money that government released to them is too small to be able to reach out to all of us. So if there are some few communities that they concentrate the buying on, that one I can't tell. But for our group, we have not experienced anything from a National Food Buffer Stock.
How many members do you have in your group, and what geographical areas do they cover?
So currently, largely, we are in Upper West, Upper East, Northern, Northeast, and then the Greater Accra region. But the areas where the program is more intensive now, where our concentration is in Upper East, Northeast, and Northern region. Our group so far, we are more than 1,000. We are more than
1,000 farmers.
Yes, and then we have the farmer associations and then agribusiness companies who are also dependent on the farmers, because the farmers will have to subscribe to their services. And if farmers cannot sell, it means that there will not be money to be subscribed to those services. So all those companies are also part of our group.
Can you give me an estimated size of the rice unsold?
Bernard, I think for now, even though you mean for the 2024?
Yes, you are saying that there's rice. No,
2025.
you are saying that you harvested rice, some of which has been milled, some of which is paddy, and nobody's buying. I want to know: is it 1 ton? Is it 10,000
No,
tons?
Bernard,
Are you able to
as of
estimate
now,
the size?
Yes, I think for those that I know of, we are talking no less than 200,000 metric tons.
200,000 metric tons of rice
Yes.
unsold.
Both paddy and unsold, yeah.
Okay, if somebody is listening to me who wants to buy your rice, where would they find it? Or you guys only sell to large scale buyers? How does this work?
No. If you want for now, I think most of our stocks are in the north and Techiman. So anybody who asks of star rice in Techiman, I think we have unlimited quantities that you can buy. The male one, grade 1. If you ask of Roja, Ghana, I think they also have a very quality rice in Tamale. If you go to Northeast and Upper East, you ask of Tamana, we have unlimited rice. If you also ask of Avenas in Tamale, a lot of rice. Olam, even though Olam do import, they also mail a lot of our rice. So if you also reach out to Olam, you get any quantity of male grade 1 rice to buy.
All right. So this platform we've given you, who are you speaking to? Is it the Food Buffer Stock Company you're asking to come and buy? Is it? I want you to make an appeal since you're on air.
Yeah. So Bernard, our appeal is simple. This time around, we are not asking government to come and subsidize fertilizer for us. They haven't done that this year. Our appeal is that right now it's about life and death for the farmer. So we want government to urgently, especially through the Ministry of Finance, release good money to National Food Buffer Stock Company. And if that is done, we don't expect National Food Buffer Stock Company to go out and go and get procurement for people who can lobby, to go and get those contracts and start importing again. We want them to deal directly with the rice farmers and the rice millers. We have the capacity. In that case, we'll be addressing multiplicity of problems. That's one. Two, we want with an immediate effect for government to deploy means of closing all the rice that is coming through the illegal border. And then also mandate the institutional purchase of rice from our members. For the next 6 months, starting from November, that's the festive season where people consume a lot of rice. So we want government to place a temporary ban to ensure that all the rice that we have, we are able to dispose them. In going forward, we have a series of proposals that we want to table to government to consider to ensure that this problem we solve it once and
So
for all.
a temporary ban of what?
Temporary ban of importation of rice, and then closure of for the closure of illegal borders where the rice pass through. That should be permanent. The government to ensure that the custom, the security in those borders actually tighten their work to ensure that people don't bring rice through those borders.
All right, thank you for talking to us, Charles Naba. He's the spokesperson for rice producers, rice millers, and maize farmers. Says they have over 1,000 members across the country, and they have over 200,000 tons, in his words, of rice unsold. He says there are 3 categories. There's paddy rice, which is rice which is basically not yet processed through the machine. He says there's also rice that has been processed, milled rice, and then there's rice yet to be harvested because nobody's coming to buy. He's appealing to government to give money to the buffer stock company to come and buy. He also said he thinks there should be a temporary ban on rice imports. I don't think that's feasible.
That's just an expression of the desperation. He's just desperate and thinks that's. But we are not there yet where government should ban imports.
Yeah.
Government is a policy insistence on first institutional purchases, and then also the capacity building for the whole chain, because for some of them their trade ends at the farm gate. They sell to millers. He made reference to some of them having harvested and still on the farms. Some of the millers actually have combined harvesters that they let out to the farmers so that they can facilitate the processing. But because the millers themselves, their warehouses are full,
you don't have any.
There's no motivation to go and harvest. So they are left on the fields and they get rotten.
But aren't people eating rice? Because we ate rice last week. I eat rice every day.
You're eating rice, but the question is, what rice are you eating? Are you eating locally
So
produced?
at work, when I come, the one they give me is what I eat. At home, we do have some local rice.
But you have a way of getting local rice, you
Yes.
see. But local rice hasn't found a way to the shelf shops.
Because somebody
to the
brings me local
shelves.
rice.
Yeah.
Okay, they haven't found a way to the shelves. That's a big problem.
They are fighting for shelf space.
2009, 2011. I remember covering. This was under Atamils's regime, the late Atamils's regime. I remember there was a policy. This was a similar conversation around chicken imports, outcompeting locally produced chicken. Those were the days of Dako farms, etc. There was this policy initiative where the chain freezing stores, or those who were retailing, mostly foreign companies, there was a policy for them to buy at least 40% of their stock to source it from the local or the domestic poultry farmers. I don't know what's happened to that, but you raise the issue of policy. And in this era of a reset, my expectation would have been that there's such a similar policy, because it's a market problem.
It's a bit more complex in the chicken space because of temperature, freezing, and stuff like that. But it should be fairly easy with the rice.
Rice there, Charlie.
Okay, the shelf life of rice is way above that of chicken. You understand? So, and transporting of rice is fairly simple. And if you go there, you see that one mill employs between 50 and 200 people. One rice mill is employing between 50 and 200 people, depending on the size.
So it means that people who are sitting at home, there are plenty.
That's a big deal.
A lot of people will be home now.
It's a big deal that, you see, I don't want us to talk about this import thing as others who import
We
because
versus
it's
them.
cheaper. It's not we versus them. It's a combination of both.
But the smuggling is a big one.
No, as for the smuggling,
is a big
it's a no-go area.
It's a big one.
And people should be punished for smuggling rice into the country.
Yeah. Because we don't get any taxes from it. And then they undercut the market. And
Undercut
they also bring
and
low
undermine-
quality products. Because now he's saying, and he's not the only person who said, yesterday somebody also said that they bring products that are near expiry.
Oh, yeah.
Or things that are...
They're even there.
Let's read some comments on this. Just a quick comment. Kakra, help me.
Okay, so Kwejo Opoku from Kolebu Teaching Hospital says, do you know how peanut butter or groundnut paste came into being? After it was discovered that legumes added nutrients to the soil, most American farmers incorporated the cultivation of groundnuts into their crop rotation system. In no time, there was glut. Then someone invented the paste and it was a boom. My point is that we need to explore other inventions in new dishes and recipes and food processing, just like Caleb referred to. Dusa from Chado says, good morning, Bernard and team. Please, the rice farmers or producers must kindly seek assistance from Guta and Co. to sell aggressively. Hi, Bernard and team. Good morning. The agric and trade ministers should up their game. So far, all we have heard from the ministries are purely talks and policies on paper, not backed by actual work. They need to take quick action to help salvage the situation. They should think about the supply chain in their plans. This is Gaudi sending that message from Tema.
Sky, can the government issue a directive to all government institutional buyers to, from effective immediately, buy only Ghana rice?
Yes, absolutely. It's within their
Would they be
power
breaking
to-
any law?
No, not
They
at
will
all.
not?
Not in that
So
respect,
prisons, hospitals,
Yep.
schools,
Yep.
police, army, and any national budget. Because you know something sad I saw? Government officials were donating rice to victims of something, I think last month, and they were bringing imported rice. I think it was something up in the central region.
Okay. A disaster of some
Something.
kind.
And then the people went to donate rice, and it was like 60 bags of
Some
some
imported rice.
imported rice. I thought it was unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's something that we have repeatedly spoken about. I mean, one of the entry points could well be, as we have said here repeatedly, the school feeding program, right? And I think listening to, the respected Sam Jonah, he spoke about how the schools can actually recalibrate their systems to produce enough to feed themselves. This institutional buying arrangement that you spoke about, government can easily do that. We have so many schools across the country. We have so many, public institutions across the country that rely on buying all kinds of imported produce in order to feed, themselves. If you go to the prisons, the question is how much of the food eaten there is produced locally. Of course, they do a lot of work.
And they have some farms.
Yeah, they do have some farms and all of that. But can we do a lot more if we rely on what is locally produced?
Somebody has another interesting suggestion. This person is in the Greek sector, and you know him very well. Says, Bernard, this is the solution I propose. Ban import.
Good.
The problem is marketing, distribution, and branding. We have enough tonnage available. Millers have an entitlement mentality. Can the government actually ban rice imports?
You see, those would provoke WTO rules to move into action, and it creates all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Pascal, we can't even manage that. I mean, forget about WTO for a moment. I mean, it's like inflicting wounds on ourselves. The capacity that we have cannot sustain us as a country. The local rice cannot sustain us. So banning imports, we are not there, right?
You don't think we should go there?
We can't even talk about banning imports.
Can we use tariffs then to...
Are Ghanaians eating Ghana rice?
As much.
Ghanaians eat Ghana rice that's available.
Is Ghanaian rice available?
It's restricted.
It's
restricted.
available. I think the distribution chain.
Because
That's
I just read
the
somebody
chain.
said she couldn't get it for like
Yeah, it's restricted because they don't have the capacity to manage the logistics of distributing the rice. That's the problem. Let farmers be farmers. Let the middlemen who are in the space, in a chain of logistics also get in there.
Repeat what you just said.
I'm saying that let farmers be farmers. Let's incentivize farmers to produce. and let those who are in the distribution also get in there to distribute.
Let me pause. Now, yesterday I spoke to a rice farmer. He said the distributors decide where they source. Source is a Ghanaian word. That they source sometimes imported rice because they have a relationship with the importer and the price is low. Okay. And they are also reliable. The truth is that maybe the Ghanaian rice farmers who have not produced enough quantities over a period for a big distributor to depend on them entirely. So maybe we can use moral suasion to say to the distributors, even if you are bringing 100 bags, let 40 be made in Ghana. Yeah. Because you have the outlet. So you can say, for example, China Mall, Melcom, put Ghana rice on the shelf too. So that's what Ministry of Agribusiness can do.
You should incentivize them to do that.
Yes, you're encouraging them. Yeah. But I feel like, we can also, because I eat Ghana rice and it's very nice. Yeah. I told you that many years ago. One of the things that got me angry in my life, I was there and they said there's no rice in the house. And I said, why? So they are Ghana rice. I'm saying, Ghana is that was 2018. They don't say that in my house again. Because right now we eat, in fact, the kids eat Ghana rice as the normal rice. And they don't even, and the truth is that the Ghana rice actually, it doesn't go bad. You can even use to do jollof. The next one, it still tastes better. It's not dry. You get it. It's more nutritious. So I feel like it's more, we ourselves, our tastes have been,
we are accustomed
to so-called perfumed rice, which I don't think is very healthy.
But even locally,
but the local rice, they have perfumed rice.
We don't even need to perfume it. Yeah. The rice itself is good. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
I think tariffs can intervene.
But if they are smuggling, what will tariff do? A tariff only works when somebody brings the right legally.
No, but there are people who bring rice into the country. The biggest importers are not the ones smuggling.
Yes, but we have 54% tax. Yes. And yet people are bringing in rice through. He mentioned see, this is what they do. There are two things they do. Some of them, I think have 10 containers. I'm reliably informed that he'll pay for the first 3 and get the receipts. Then in the night, he will bring the next 3 and use the same 3 that he has paid for receipt to cover the next 3. So by the time 30 have come in with only 3 paid for.
So that one,
and this is what they are doing in all our borders.
So you see, that one, the customs officers would have been involved.
They are deeply involved.
The national security.
Some of them are involved. Some of them are involved.
In some cases, immigration people would have seen something, and which would mean that they needed to say something.
Yeah, yesterday's conversation, the collusion.
The drivers who move these trucks around also would have known something. What that means is that government policy should respond to that, which would put in place measures to prevent people from using the same way bail or whatever it is that they use to move the things, to prevent to get into the country unlawfully.
Yesterday, when I spoke to a manufacturer of a product who said they had, I think it was Awuni, he said when they appealed to the government about smuggling, it was like, oh, we will help you. It wasn't as if the government felt the need, because smuggling affects government revenue. The guy said, okay, we'll see what we can do for you. That was the idea.
And even he said they had to follow up.
You get it? So I am producing something in Ghana, and somebody's bringing a version of my produce illegally into the country, depriving the government of tax. Yeah. The government attitude to the thing is that, okay, wow. Meanwhile, if somebody's
your job,
if somebody's smuggling a good, it means it's not paying tax. You get it? So I think the mindset about even protecting our local is almost like the government is doing a favor, and I don't think it's right. You get it?
The Ghana Standards Authority did something that is commendable in that regard. There was a Chinese mattress manufacturing company that has been producing substandard mattress over the time. When you buy a fridge or a television, that foamy thing around it, according to the report, that's what they were using to produce the mattress, and they were selling it at half the price of what the Ghanaians who make these mattresses are selling. Yeah. So we are using the proper standard to produce the mattress for our market. We are paying taxes and all the regulatory.
Somebody's bringing it cheaper.
And someone is making substandard and selling it half the price. So then our sales would then plummet, and they will be making more. So we need to protect our industries. But I mean, competition is great. But if they are doing substandard and also paying, and they are in a free zone too, so it means no taxes.
So I always like to jump on what you said. I like what you said, and I feel like there are two angles to what you said. Ghanaians should also have a bit of pride. All right, I think let's work what is within our control. Our tastes are in our control. So I think between now and Christmas, we should all insist that we'll buy Ghana rice. It's a good starting point. it increases the demand. It forces the distributor to buy it. You remember when
Can I just jump on that?
Yes, jump on it.
The pride has to be inculcated among the people.
Uh-huh.
And, Sky was talking about a policy drive that would also cater for the enforcement aspect.
Uh-huh.
Okay, can we have, as part of that policy for the government, we need to hear the government. The same, tangent we went on with the National Friday, where we need to see commercials.
The government itself must show
marketing from the state.
Yes. So, like, for example,
telling people why they should have a taste for local
the
rice.
government. So, two things. I think there are always two angles. Parliament can say, of course, if the MPs themselves are not in collusion, that as a matter of policy, no government money from Ministry of Finance should be used to buy non-Ghana rice as a starting point. Yes. Government's procurement power is very big. Then the point you are making about the moral suasion, come on and say, like, see, Sankofa hot pepper, Eshishu or something, Shivo hot pepper.
They're running because they can afford it.
Government should Ghana rice, something. Because, Sky, let's be honest, since I started eating Ghana rice properly in 2019, I have not looked back. You see, and you can even do a test, do a blind test, cook 3 types of rice. Do a blindfold and say taste. The Ghana rice is always the best. So it's not even an argument. I think the problem is that the distribution chain does not trust the Ghana rice or doesn't have a relationship with Ghana rice people enough to stock it. And then the retail outlets also, some of them have relationships with importers that they don't want to break. I think that's where the issue is. We don't have strong enough reasons for the distributors to actually buy the rice. You get it? And number 3, the importers also are very powerful. You remember I read a story from Reuters this morning that we are importing 1 million tons of rice. In a year that we have a 900,000 tons of rice production. Glut. You get it? So the nation from late last year opened the floodgates for imported rice, both legally and illegally. And when you have imported rice with a big marketing budget and a good relationship with the retail outlet, when I went to business school and did marketing, I always told that when you are trying to sell something, you have what's called push versus pull. Pull means you do an advert for people to say, I want to buy the rice. Push means you have a relationship with the retailer who says, when you enter the shop, it's in your face. Because usually, when you enter a shop, it's what you see that you definitely buy. Unless you go to the shop saying, I want this particular product. So the challenge with the local rice is that they have no push. Or the relationship with the...
Should that be a burden on the local producers, the rice producers?
No, it should be the burden from the state. The state should push for them because he said they are farmers. They are not.
So let's assume Samen said something interesting. Farmers should be farmers. And then people should then invest in distribution chains as the, how do you use that particular term?
Managing the logistics.
Managing the logistics. If I want to go into that space, you can help me.
You need credit. That's the other problem. Good one. Good point. You see, the source of fund, the reason foreign people beat us in Ghana is that in Ghana, cost of credit is too high, the cost of money. So no bank will give you sensible money for you to do that business. So let's assume you are saying, I want to buy off all the rice from these guys and come and put it in a retail outlet. Let's assume you need 200 million cedis to start that project, or even 110 million. The credit you get minimum 15%. Now, if I'm coming from Lebanon, India, or Vietnam, or Saudi Arabia, or China, my government can give me a loan with a credit of 2%. Now, this loan is foreign denominated. You are a Ghana cedi guy who's gone to a bank to get a loan. So that 15% is high enough. I haven't even added your FX loss.
That's right.
So you will die. you will die. So you will die. So the thing is that we cannot discuss the business of rice distribution and the retail outlet without discussing the cost of money. Now, the reason foreigners beat us is that for them, their governments give them access to financial institutions that give them loans at very reasonable rates. Okay, and some of them even are subsidized.
Yeah.
Because they'll say, we want Vietnam rice to be the number 1 rice in West Africa. Ghana is a good market because they eat anything we give them. They don't complain. So we're going to give you a loan of $200,000 at no interest, and we're going to subsidize your transportation. And you're going to go and have relationship with some Vietnamese people to start selling the rice in Ghana. As for the poor people, we'll take care of them. They are very good people to deal with. You have no chance. So and this is the thing happens. Our policy makers When they see foreigners, it's like, hey, Ubroniaba. You get it? It's a big challenge. So,
but also, do we have a national agenda for rice?
We do,
my dear.
We do.
We do.
Not on PayPal.
No, what I'm saying
As
is
a
that
people,
we do.
Come on.
Because
But the inertia is huge. This is it. We are still we read and we are happy with ourselves, and nobody takes action. Nobody follows through. Because if you are following through, well, you see, I don't want us to reinvent the wheel. You know, we do have a blueprint for rice, enhancing our fortunes in rice, whatever. But people think that the convenience of getting it from outside solves an immediate problem. But it solves an immediate problem and creates a bigger problem.
Kills the local industry.
Kills the local industry. You understand?
Yeah.
Government comes in, goes out, comes in. It's here, we are doing employment. And when a government, Ghana government says they are doing employment, they mean they are employing people into the civil service. Increase their wage bill so that 2 years down the line, people will be on the streets to fight for the same salary. You understand? Instead of creating a huge fortune in our agri sector, which is the lowest hanging fruit, and we are begging that this rice thing is one of the low hanging fruits.
Meanwhile, we have made a Ghana policy.
We do have.
We have it,
And
yeah,
this
that's
time, the farmers are there, the fields are there, and we've even moved a step further. We have even harvested,
We're even processing.
Samens.
and we are processing. And yet we won't buy.
Samens, you see.
How did Nigeria do it?
The minister of
We'll
finance,
talk
the minister
about
of finance says something in his first budget that if you go and sign a contract that imposes a debt on the state and the minister of finance does not ratify it, they won't pay. I always say that when you want to solve a problem, go to the center that has the most power. Procurement power is with government. Ministry of Finance can say that no government money should be spent this Christmas on non-Ghana rice, and that if the rice is not made in Ghana, won't pay. That's how they start. That's the radical leadership you need if you are serious about it. The Minister of Agriculture should come on here and say, until the 900,000 tons of Ghana rice are bought, we will not support any more importation of non-Ghana rice. Yeah, they hear and say, yeah, fata. You get it? Because in the value chain, there are people who are not working. He said most of the people are women. Think about this. Women, labor intensive. If you want a growth that is development oriented, you want agric, because if you buy local rice, the women who are involved, the millers, the value chain is talking about even the sacks. It's a no-brainer if we are serious. So for me, I don't think we should be begging our government to buy rice produced by farmers you have encouraged to enter Feed Ghana. What's the point of doing Feed Ghana if people cannot buy the rice that you are producing?
Feed themselves.
You get it? So I think the Minister of Agri should take this as a matter of urgency. They should release money for the buffer stock company to buy the rice, and they should have a policy around government spending. You cannot be using our money to buy foreign rice to give to somebody. If Ghanaians want to buy foreign rice, it is their own business. But a government should not be. We have almost 500 secondary schools. We just had free SHS. School children are hungry. Are you telling me that the government cannot use procurement power to tell buffer stock to procure the rice for the secondary schools? If it's not somebody's business to bring rice from India to come and sell to the secondary schools, there's always a private interest fighting against the national interest. That's the problem. It's a no-brainer. This one, you don't even need to do economics to understand that this is common sense. Even if the rice is a bit more expensive, how else do you train the next generation of Ghanaian leaders to know the palate of Ghanaian rice? Isn't this a guy you give them the rice to eat? Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. If you eat Ghana rice for 3 years, by the time you get to university, you are conscientized on Ghana rice. Yet we are missing this chance. Go to the school warehouses. Rice with all kinds of funny names from different countries. We shouldn't do that to ourselves. Honestly speaking, I think it's very, very, very sad indeed.
Sometimes the labeling you can't even
the what?
because the labeling is in some
Yeah.
Tamil or
It's illegal. It's illegal to sell a product in Ghana without the label being readable by the Ghanaians. Yet we are having it. I really think I think Agric Ministry, Trade Ministry, and Finance Ministry should, as a matter of urgency, hold a discussion on this rice issue. I tell you, Christmas is a time people buy a lot. People come home to eat. We cannot use the Christmas economy to produce to support other people's food. When Avnash and Co are sitting there looking for people to come and buy their rice, they are not getting. It's not right. By the way, we are launching the Agri Fair later this week. It's happening in the last week of November. I hope you will make space for local rice. Samens.
Local rice. We'll have a rice village.
Oh, thank you.
This year, Agri Fair, we will have the rice village.
Rice village.
Yes, local rice from Greater Accra, from Eastern region, from Bono, every region is showing up.
So it's a rice village.
Yes, we have a rice village.
That's
Yes.
right.
Wonderful.
And I'm sure talk big
You know the thing about the Ghana rice is that when you keep the rice, it doesn't get
It
spoiled.
doesn't get
Yeah.
spoiled. Because it's fresh.
Without refrigerating it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know some of the rice you are eating is 10 years old rice from other places.
Chemicalized.
These days, it's 15. It's not 10.
Chemicalized rice.
No, it's 15, not 10 years. 15.
We have to get serious in this country.
There's this one message coming in from Samira. You know, Samira, they are into the rice and related matters. So he says he's following our discussion on local rice. Just to let you know that anyone having a challenge with local rice can easily get our Asida and Amaya rice distributed to them regardless of the quantity and location. So yes, and then there are messages that have come.
Yeah, there's one quickly from coming from Togbiga Akpo Ashiakpo, the Sith. He's the paramount chief and overlord of Veta traditional area.
Veta.
Yes,
It's next to Georgia.
Yes, he says he's doing the listening. They have a massive rice plantation, and the farmers in the neighborhood are huge. So they will be coming for the.
You should reserve two bags for me.
Sharp.
And I want to do rice. You know, rice water is the one you use the broken one to do.
Oh yeah.
Do you know rice water? You don't need. You use broken rice to rice water. It's better on the mutu.
Yeah, and then you add, the leaves, what's the name? Tea leaf, is it tea?
Yeah,
Fever grass.
it's very nice.
Yeah, you for drop.
Fever grass, yes. Fever grass infused rice water.
Rice water with fever grass.
It's very good.
Element.
It's very healthy. It's very healthy.
I have a message from Kwame Kudio Tuahene. He says we need to go back to an aggressive branding and promotion of brand Ghana products.
Hello, Bernard and team. Good morning to you. I'm Michael, who is into rice farming. Our challenge is not a fight against rice importation. The challenge is that we have less millers who have capacity to buy in large quantities. The local rice farmers keep increasing year by year despite the challenges, but there are less millers to buy the paddies. The government can help local rice by 1. Setting up more milling factories to purchase from local farmers. 2. Make the system easy for indigenous to set up milling factories. 3. Give directive for government institutions to buy local rice. And 4. Reduce the rate of importation. Thank you. This is Michael, a rice farmer.
This one from Konedu says that, good morning, team. I'm following your conversation on Ghana rice, and I think it's in order. Let's get the government, parliament, and finance minister to get Ghanaians to buy and eat Ghana rice. This one says Nigeria banned the importation of rice. South Africa doesn't import. They consume rice, but okay, not so sure. This one says, good morning, Bernard and team. I agree with what Caleb is talking about, growing and trying new dishes. Some time ago, I heard you talking about orange flesh sweet potato and how it is being used for gari, bread, and other pastries, which I find more healthier, or healthier, I think, something like that. Now, why can't we just teach or incentivize our cassava farmers to grow orange flesh sweet potatoes too? I'm looking for a place to buy orange flesh sweet potato bread. Where can I find one?
Orange flesh sweet potato. Samantha, is that your lady friend who was doing the potato bread? Yeah. Where is it? Is it Dansoman?
Yes.
It's Dansoman. I don't remember the name of the company.
I'll
we'll find it. But they will come for the Agri Fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
They have to come. Because these people, the farm near my hometown, what's the name of this farm? Maflix. They do orange flesh sweet potato gari. And they also do the flour.
When is it orange flesh?
So
is it
you see,
fresh or flesh?
There are two types. There are two types of
yes.
So there are two types of sweet potatoes. Some are white and then some are orange. So the orange one, you can use it to do flour for bread and gari. The white one, we usually eat it for ampesi. All right. So the orange flesh one, it can be mass produced and it can be a good component in even reducing our dependence on wheat flour, which is another issue. You are in Ghana. You don't grow wheat, yet you want to eat bread made of wheat. Like Sky, this one is demonical. See, in every part of the world, you eat what grows where you are. We will say we don't like cassava flour because it doesn't taste nice. So when Ukraine is fighting Russia, we don't have flour to eat. Meanwhile, you can produce flour from cassava. You can produce flour from sweet potatoes, which you grow here. Then you say you want to eat flour made from wheat grown in Canada. This is not madness. It's spiritual. It's coming. How do you develop a palate for 30 million people for bread made with wheat grown in Canada? Meanwhile, there are so many things God has given you. I can use to do flour. You say you don't like. You say the cassava is not nice. Potato is too thick. You have a problem.
Bernard,
you have a problem.
A lot of the tastes that we exhibit as adults are acquired culturally as we grow up.
It's commercially.
Well,
you are commercially.
No. What I'm saying is that you eat what's available if you're in the village. There's nothing commercial about it. You grow up knowing a particular taste.
The bread you eat, that flour comes in because a commercial entity believes that is the type of flour you used to do.
That's bread for you.
Yeah.
That's bread.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because, see, that's why Ghanaians go and live in the US and they go to shop. They are looking for chocolate drink. They say they are looking for Milo.
Sir,
why?
It's commercial.
It's because they grew up with that taste. So anytime they hear chocolate drink, they are thinking is that it has to be Milo. Yeah. I'm only saying that if we want Ghanaians to have the habits of adopting the Ghana rice taste, we need to push it down there from the schools in their faces.
That's why free SHS must go.
Yes, we need to
Ghana
push
rice.
It. Because better still, it's even healthier.
So that you are importing
communication.
Yes. So if you go to school,
I don't understand.
When you leave school and you come out and you see another type of rice, look, from 2018 that we did, I have never eaten on my own rice from outside. The only times I've eaten it in maybe a restaurant, the moment I taste it, I know this is different.
Yeah.
Ghana rice is richer. I'm talking about the wheat thing too. Why should we be eating bread made from wheat?
Yeah, when we have local flour.
Do you grow wheat in Ghana?
Maybe we do, but not in huge commercial quantities.
Wheat needs temperate climate to grow. You don't grow wheat in Ghana.
You never know.
Sir, you don't grow wheat in Ghana.
You never know.
You have millet, you have sorghum, you have maize, you have rice, you have potato, you have cassava. You cannot use CSIR to think of flour.
I'm sure the research is there to say that.
We need to do National Day of
Because you remember we got some. Bernard, remember we got some gari, the potato gari.
It was good.
Bernard, I mean, now the thing is finished. So
you don't know where to get, guy.
Yeah, the legacy people, you know what to do.
I think the Yenzimo.
These people have it.
Maflix.
Okay.
They came for This is Ghana. They came for Agro Fair. They brought orange flesh potato gari.
Yeah, because the thing was like
I've also seen purple.
Yeah, the traditional gari for you, if you have issues with starch like that, you want to stay away from it. But this one,
it's very good.
It's solid. Look, when I collect
a lot of roughage fiber.
Okay. Hello guys, the discussion on rice production is interesting.
But go ahead.
But things won't change if we don't do the following. One, National Buffer Stock must up the prices they pay suppliers, else suppliers will buy the cheap imported rice for the institutions. Number two, the media must have set periodic checks on MOFA's efforts to buy local rice. Number three, get rice farmers, poultry farmers to sell directly to the schools. And then four, National Farmers Day should not only appreciate farmers, we must link them to markets and buyers. Finally, bring down imported rice to about 30% and boost local production. Increase, I'm sure you want to say.
Wonderful.
And then Azu sent that from Adenta. Bernard and team, the bare fact is that Ghanaians simply don't patronize the local rice, and so this demotivates producers to invest in capacity and other things. Local rice is mainly purchased by commercial food sellers for Wache, Omutu, etc. I have worked with both Wilma and Avnash as a salesperson, and I say this on authority. In-home local rice consumption is very negligible.
No, Ghanaians actually will buy if it's available. I actually think that now people eat Ghana rice if they will get it. The problem is that the Ghana rice is not gettable. You get it? Between the producer of the rice in the north and the distributor who brings it to wherever you want to buy it, there's a big gap there. So we need to work on that as well. But I want to announce that we have the Agri Fair. It's on what's the date, Thomas, please? 20. It's the last Friday, last Saturday, last Sunday of November. All right. So just give me those days quickly.
The Agri Fair is 28th, 29th, and 30th of November.
And it's basically for you to come and buy in bulk Ghanaian produce, rice, maize, chicken, vegetables, tubers,
Yeah.
all types.
Yeah.
We did the experiment in June. It worked.
Yeah, man.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The children park is big.
Yeah, man.
You can come and buy your whole Christmas, New Year shopping. We are creating a rice village. We have a kebab, setup.
Yes.
We have a vegetable farm.
Yes.
All kinds of things are being sold on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of November. It's going to be bigger than what we did in the June.
Yeah.
And if God gives us life, we will make sure that things move very quickly.